That's so neat. That is so cool.
Steve Brzezinski here.
Aline Isley.
Just want to thank you so much for supporting the carousel movies, the Meowing movies. They are the best killer carousel horse with a half-human son and the best talking cat that stops lizard aliens and monsters that you will find at this convention. I guarantee it. Promise 100% guarantee. But thank you for being there for us. We hope that you stick around for even more and more. Anything you want to say on the way out?
No. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you again.
Thank you.
How we do it? Yes, you can book us online.
Make sure you go.
Sorry. On the girl. I'm only taking like. Right down there, he's the one with the mustache and like the little his like black hair. Sabini's the makeup artist and so is Greg Carroll. That's amazing.
Editor me here, you can hear the difference in audio as you walk closer to the Romero statue.
Was there any effect that you did in just choose not to because they're lazy. We did before Dust of Dawn. Tom would be on set acting, and I'd go to Robert on set, and Robert would say, okay, I want to slit that guy's throat, and I want to rip that guy's arm off, and I want to have a bunch of blood, and I would run back to the room, and we'd put it all together. And George was very much like that. You know, it's like you have a bunch of guys, and it may not be in the script, because I can guarantee you most of the gags he had done in that weren't in the script. They were improvised.
Some muted audio here and there
There are
as
some videos I'll
we were
see,
talking.
like it's just like contours, and then randomly I'm like standing there because I'm always walking around usually.
Yeah.
At this point, we're not.
That's not the right song.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
That's still not the right song. Leon Kennedy at Redfield Drive in a car. We're back. One of the coolest booths and nicest.
That's cool. I just came in and go, okay. Marty's getting your wristband. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, is recording all this? All right. I'm so zoomed in, but that's just how this camera is. Oh no! This is so cool! It's like legs and like a torso, and like this looked really fun. Like none on like how to get on it, how to. It's my one qualm. Darn it. Darn. Balls beer. Steelman Brewing. Pittsburgh, PA. They're nice. Filmed 2 whole minutes here. Oh, wait, there's the outside of the Monroeville Mall. Well, it looks like we're stuck here for a minute. That's so fun. They can see me. Aww. Oh, that's such a cool shot, actually. If only the dog didn't smudge the back window. No, because it'll see me just film me like a creep. That's
So, I'm just going to start off with these first. This is from Nicholas Jackson. I filmed his booth the other time I was at Living Dead Weekend, and I didn't get a Vincent Price. I got The Bride, as you might remember. And I was like, well, I need Vincent Price. So I got Vincent Price, and then we also got the Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Then this is from Byron Winton, and they did a poster for the event, which was really, really neat. Then this is Nicholas Jackson again, and spoiler alert, if you haven't watched It, Welcome to Derry, this might be a spoiler. The moment I saw this one, I was immediately just emotional, because I'm not going to spoil that part on the show, but I'll just say it's a very emotional scene. This is where I embarrass myself, because if you watched my other one, found footage horror movies, or if you've seen Masters of Horror, Cigarette Burns, you might recognize this, and I freaked out. So, yeah, I loved the Masters of Horror, Cigarette Burns. Rick was going through the portfolio that he had out on the table, and all of a sudden this popped up, and I just freaked out. I was like, "Le film absolute du monde!" And I lost it. I ended up actually quoting the movie. I think I scared everyone, because I was like, "Are you my sweet boy Kirby? Are you?" And like, I lost it, and then apparently I'm one of the few people that actually knew what this was from, and then I realized it in like under like 10 seconds from seeing it. I freaked out, because like, oh my gosh, he has a whole bunch of other fake film within a film posters, but I was so excited to see this, because I am, once again, it's not long, it's like an hour, but yeah, they did all these different movies with different horror directors. I was very glad to see Nicholas Jackson there again, get to talk with him and his family, and they're all just so nice, wonderful, accommodating people. We got to talk about horror, we got to talk about how, you know, horror community brings people together, especially all of us, like, who didn't feel like we fit in wherever we grew up or wherever we were, and it was just really, really nice. I cannot speak highly enough of a brilliant, nice artist. We ran into so many nice artists there. I'm just going to leave it on this while I talk a little bit more about the con. We thought it was the last one there, right? So at the end, they apparently announced that they're doing another one in October. I just want to take a moment, because Monroeville Mall, right? Whether you've been to Pittsburgh or not, or if you just go into Pittsburgh here and there, and some people say it looks nothing as it did in the movie, and I find that to be incorrect. Watch Tampa Jay's video. He goes through a lot of the filming locations. Again, it's one of the better videos out there that does film locations and stuff. Also, a very incredibly nice guy. We met him as we were leaving, and just what a nice guy, genuinely. But yeah, he was very nice. Got to thank him for that. That was cool. Thanking people is nice. It's up in the air as to what Walmart's going to do with it. And if you've seen this movie, you know just how bizarre it is that Walmart bought this mall that signifies consumerism and everything all at its... It's a very good movie. If you haven't watched it, it's out there. It's such a landmark. Monroeville isn't that big of a place, and it's got a lot, don't quote me, but it does have a lot of older people that live there. And older people, they enjoy having a place to mall walk. But at the same time, the idea of putting an open air mall where a mall already exists is just ridiculous in an area that is cloudy, hardly gets any sunshine, that has... It's on the East Coast, right? Is that what it is? East? Yeah. It's on the East, so you get winter and elements. This isn't... I don't know where Walmart's big guy is located, but I don't think he understands that it makes no feasible sense to have an open-air mall in Monroeville, of all places. It's ridiculous to tear down a structure, waste all that money to tear down a structure to make an open air mall. Okay, sorry about that. I have I'm using a high-8 camera, so you know it has its moments. This is from Fiend Weavers. This is their Elric of Melniboné that is made out of pipe cleaners. This camera is not doing it any justice, I do not think, but it's so cute. I got to meet them. They were so very nice. They make pipe cleaner things, and they also make clothing. But Fiend Weavers, they're great. I highly recommend them. D&D stuff. Yeah, I cannot believe there was an Elric of Melniboné there. I was like, maybe. And then I turned and I'm like, no, that's, bless you, Elvira. I was like, oh, that's Elric. That's an Elric of Melniboné. And I got so excited. And we had a good talk, and they were just so nice. Just like, look at Stormbringer. That's incredible detail work. Anyways, I apologize. I'm by far too lazy to put on any type of human makeup and clothing to do the rest of this video. Since it was supposed to be the last one, I don't, and it's not now, I don't want to say anything derogatory about the convention itself, because there's really nothing derogatory to say. My only thing is that the audio is really hard to hear, like for the panels and stuff. It makes sense in the area of Monroeville to tear down a giant shopping mall that is being used for multiple different purposes. Like, they do so many different events there. If you look online, they do a ton. The people who run the Living Dead Museum, they do a ton of different events. They have, like, the Time and Space store, which was really cool. I didn't film in there because it's a store. I didn't want to be awkward without asking people, and honestly, I was just... talking to people was really a lot, and I'm awkward, so... as you could see, I did get to meet Meowie as I dub him around the house. I got to meet Meowie and Meowie's beautiful, wonderful, talented wife. I got to actually pick up a whole bunch of movies from them. So that was really neat. I got to walk by Greg Nicotero. He's just there. He's just walking around being excited about the mall, getting autographs from all the actors and actresses. He is such a delightful fanboy. Just seems like a genuinely amazing person. He wasn't there on Sunday, and so I didn't really get to, like, say, hi, you're super cool or anything, but he knows. I hope he knows. Also, like, a few of the actors and stuff, they're just so accessible. One of the cutest things, though, is, and I didn't record it, and I should have just asked, is a bunch of the, like, zombies and stuff, and actors from Dawn of the Dead just sit around, and they'll have, like, out, like, their saxophone and different instruments, and just start entertaining themselves throughout the day, and I find that to be just so much fun. We also got to meet the guy who runs the Silence of the Lambs house, an absolute gem of a human being. So delighted in what he does. You can tell how much he cares about that house. And here's the thing, is that house is so important to preserve, just like the mall is. So there, I made a cohesive sentence. I normally don't. If this is your first time on my channel, I am DHS, and I'm very sorry. I am a mess of a human being, and I normally write about accessibility in horror movies. I talk about horror movies that I adore. I do little mini reviews. They're probably not even considered reviews, but either way, who cares? You're here now, and you're watching my channel, so I hope this wasn't terrible for you. Okay, yes, I will have one complaint. There was no, and this is a mall complaint. Oh no, I'm complaining about the mall. I know. The mall was really hot. Yeah, that's like my one huge thing, was that the one room that we spent the most time in talking to people, there was no airflow, none. And that's like my only qualm, as one would say, about the mall. My one critique would be that it was so hot, and I don't normally get super boiling hot, but man, I was like sweltering, wanting to just, and I was like in pseudo costume, so it was a little bit miserable with some of that. And yeah, and the mall tours, unfortunately, we wanted to do that, but I didn't email them in advance to find out accessibility accommodations, because I walk with a cane or a walker, or I use a wheelchair sometimes, or I have a rollator. I know. So I didn't know how accessible or how many steps there would be, or this or that, or, you know, if there were breaks and places to sit. It's a mall, so you'd hope so, but you know how, like, anti-homeless America's become. Political. I keep saying, I apologize. I apologize. So yeah. It was a great little con. It always is. It was way, way more packed because people were thinking it was the last one. And by all means, we should continue to go into it thinking that it's the last one since the mall is sold to Walmart. And if you want to make your voice heard, I'm pretty sure there's some petitions floating out there about saving the Monroeville Mall. And I do believe it deserves the chance to be saved. I think that tearing it down is just a waste of money. They don't even have money to do it. That's like Walmart's asking for money to do it. Like, no. You don't get to be like, oh, okay, I want to buy this building, but also, can you help me tear it down? Thanks. I'm just a little indie company. I can't do anything myself, Walmart. But yeah, it was so nice to get to meet all these cool people. We got to stop by the Vinegar Syndrome table and talk with them for a little bit. Yeah, it's a really nice convention. I mean, I'd say go, since it could potentially be the last one. And, you know, if you're a film person and you have cameras, really nice cameras, I'd say please go and document this mall as much as we can because it deserves it. I'm sorry I'm showing you, like, probably one of the worst areas of my film collection, but, you know, there it is. Everything else is a mess, and I am tired, and I think that this con is definitely worth it. I think the mall is worth saving. I think that horror fans deserve their sort of mecca, which is definitely the Monroeville Mall. And I accidentally posed outside of the JCPenney, the wrong one, even though I did this whole thing with the map and knowing the mall and watched all the videos, and I still mixed up. And then thankfully Tampa J put out a video again, and I was able to be like, oh no, this is Flyboy's hallway, this is where Flyboy went. So that was really exciting for me to be able to go through Flyboy's, like, last zombie walk, and I had fun doing that, and that's probably one of the biggest things I wanted to see. We got to see Roger sit next to the wheelbarrow, which was to see, oh my gosh, Galen. I met her last time I went to this convention. I didn't get a picture, and I didn't get a picture this time. The lines were so long. They do such a good job, but the lines were, like, so long. I wasn't going to stand in a very long line, no matter how much I love those people. My body was going, no, not today, girl. And I went, okay. But then she walked by us, and I got to kind of smile at her as best I could, and she smiles because she's a very friendly person. When I met her, she was just a perfect human being. I adore her. And I didn't get to see Peter, but that's all right. I mean, I got to see everybody from afar, so that was neat. And then I'm just too awkward half the time to talk to any of these people, so, you know, I was, oh my gosh, I had to be practically, like, pushed into Steven Radzinski's table. I was like, I don't think I can do it. And then I went, well, and then Brooke's like, you're talking to them. And then he went over and talked to them, and then I talked to them, and it was great. It was, like, legitimately great. And if they ever end up watching this, I'm so sorry. I was sweating. Yeah, see, there's some of my discount horror films, but they're just, like, they're such a mess right now. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I love them. I love my discount horror packs, and I did not get one. I looked at them, though, and I was there. I was like, ooh, they don't make these anymore. I mean, they do, but they're just so expensive now. Also, but yeah, save the Monroeville Mall. It is great. I'm sorry that this video is probably one of the worst you're going to see about the Monroeville Convention Center and about Living Dead Weekend. But I'm just going to say, just go. I mean, it's fun. Like, they're supposed to be doing another last one. And they're going to probably keep doing last ones as long as they can. And you know what? I wouldn't, you know, discredit it because it's great. It's a really fun time. I realized I didn't show the star of the universe, the perfect dog, Elvira, Mistress of the Bark. So here's, oh bless you, here's itchy little Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Hello. Hello. What a good girl. Alright, so I don't know if I'm going to include the fact that I cosplayed there. I mean, they're kind of closet. I made a skirt that I designed with, I hand-painted all of the mall map from the time that the Monroeville, that it was used in the Dawn of the Dead. I painted a whole bunch of characters on it. I also made Claire Redfield from Resident Evil's costume, and I made Leon Kennedy in a way. Technically, the Leon Kennedy, okay, fun fact. Allegedly, the Leon Kennedy Resident Evil 2 costume, his main costume, was based on Roger and Peter's costumes that they wore, you know, like their jumpsuits, the blue ones. So I made that delightfully, and I went, if I add these extra things, I can be Quick Change Kennedy. And then I accidentally left my fake little tube top thing to go over it, not tube top, crop top to go over it. Because, you know, you pack in a hurry. Anyway, and it was, let's just say it wasn't great. But then I lost my Claire Labubu, or I thought I did, and then I found it. Oh, thank goodness. So yeah, what started to, anyway, so that has, so Resident Evil has Dawn of the Dead connections, allegedly. Then of course we had some scenes from Flashdance filmed there, Kevin Smith's Monroeville Zombies hockey team. They filmed some like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhoods there, or did like press events there. They did, I think Mindhunter there too, and then, yeah, there's Kevin Smith. But yes, the Kevin Smith, the Monroeville Zombies, and just filming stuff there. I think he even mentions it in Dogma. Stephen King's Christine, I think? Was it Christine? Was mentioning the Monroeville Mall a lot because they were in an area near it. I'm bad at geography, so do not come for me and my facts. That's the internet for you. Oh my gosh, it's like downpouring. And a thunder? Excuse me? The sky went green! Okay, cool. Ambiance, I guess. You probably can't even hear it over the rattling. And I know I said I'd clean up my little area right here. I did not! It's a mess, and it's dusty, and I apologize. The sunset over Monroeville from My Chemical Romance is apparently out. Dawn of the Dead. So, I mean, apparently. I say as if I know this. So, guys, could My Chemical Romance save the Monroeville Mall? Gerard Way, where are you? Why aren't you saving the mall? There was a WrestleMania thing. But Flashdance, and let me make sure. Yeah, Stephen King's novel Christine. And the song Early Sunsets Over Monroeville. I'm just on the Wikipedia right now. And I just think that's kind of fun. So Gerard Way, if you're out there, can you save the mall? You can just turn it into a recording studio or something, or bring all your pals there and you can write your little comic books that you do well. I mean that sincerely. I'm half joking about them saving the Monroeville Mall, but I will mention it because that's so neat. I mean, but yeah, My Chemical Romance, please save the Monroeville Mall. I know you have it within your power. Why don't you do your reunion tour there and just sell out the Monroeville Mall? I know the acoustics in there are horrible, but you know, if you stand in one perfect spot towards the Romero statue, then you'll be able to hear them. Maybe. That's my whole thing. I wanted to ramble on about Monroeville. But yeah, I enjoy wearing costumes. I'm so glad I didn't do other ones, because it was just so hot. I don't think anybody knew who I was half the time. I did meet the most precious Resident Evil fan who's also a fan of Claire Redfield, and I really doubt she's watching this video. But if she's out there, hello, you are the best. So yeah, get your Monroeville Gerard Way merch here at the Monroeville Mall. Oh man, they could make a t-shirt that just says Save the Monroeville Mall and put Gerard Way's picture on it and the mall behind them, and that would be great. There we go. I made merch already in my mind. Somebody run with it, please, and send me one. I will wear my Gerard Way Monroeville Mall shirt loud and proud. Save the mall, guys. Malls are coming back, allegedly. There's some malls that are still really well functioning, and I mean, mall walkers need a place to walk. It's not exactly the safest to walk outside so much anymore. And with the heat, it's not great.
But yeah, anyway, love you guys so very, very much. You're all perfect and I love you. So thank you for watching my video and thank you for listening to me lose my voice over this or something. And, you know, look at my dog, Elvira. She is the best. Thanks, everyone. You're all great.
Yes, you're such a good puppy dog. Hello, Elvira. Is it raining? Are you upset about the rain? You're the prettiest dog in the whole wide world. Everybody adores you. Yeah. Hello. Elvira. Are you a good puppy? Are you a good puppy? Are you gonna sell Gerard Way merchandise? Are you a good puppy who's gonna sell Gerard Way merchandise? For the Monroeville Mall? The Monroeville Mall? Are you gonna save the mall? Are you gonna purchase the mall from Walmart? Good, Elvira. Aw, you're so cute.
So if I met you there, I love you, you're great. If I didn't meet you there, I love you, you're great. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. This is DHS and Discount Horror Show. And I love you, and I love you. Have fun, everybody. Stay enjoying all these horror movies and tell me about your horror packs. And tell me your favorite thing about Dawn of the Dead while you're at it. Anyways, thanks for watching my video.